guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day inspired look. I decided to do something pinky, purpley, mauvey, and smoky with, of course, the dramatic wing because it's Valentine's Day and we are going all out, okay? I hope you guys enjoy. Let's just hop on into the video. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the NYX Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Porcelain. I'm going to use this as an eye base. Actually, rewind. I'm going to put some Shadow Insurance by Too Faced. Reason being, my eyelids have been very, very dry lately. I don't know why, but they are. So I'm going to put that on first, just to add some moisture back into my lids. And then after that, we're going to grab the NYX Full Coverage Concealer and just a flat synthetic brush. And we're going to put some of that on the lid. This is going to help to cancel out the veins that I have going on right here, as well as the discoloration on my lids. I tend to have very warm lids, so when doing a cool tone look like this, you definitely want to cancel out that discoloration so it doesn't, you know, affect your shadows. So very, very important. And plus it just helps for a cleaner look when doing your eye makeup. And we are going to go in and clean up the brows, but we're going to do that a little bit later. I like to do that. It just adds like a sharpness to the look, and again just makes it look cleaner and brings everything together. So now that our lids are covered with our base, I'm going to go in with my Lorac Pro. This is the regular Pro, this one here, and I'm going to take this color here, Cream, with just a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to set that base. And this is going to help to allow for easy blending of the colors that we're going to put onto the eyes today. Okay, so next thing we're going to do with that same palette, sorry about my phone guys, I'm going to take, where's my brush here? I'm going to go in with my Coastal Scents white fluffy brush, and I'm going to take this color here called Mauve, and that's going to be the first color that we're going to pop into the crease. So you're going to concentrate that on the outer portion of the eye. Go in for a little bit more. And again, still concentrating it on the outer corner. Bring it up and in. And I like to blend that all the way in to the nose. Very light hands when blending. This is going to allow for the product to blend easily and just move without skipping. If you notice that when you're applying your eyeshadow and it's just very, very difficult to blend, especially with a Lorac shadow, because Lorac shadows are so creamy, so buttery, and just the easiest things. They usually blend like a dream. It's probably the pressure on your brush. If you're pushing down onto your lid, or your eyes rather, it makes it very difficult to blend. So if you go in with a very, very light hand, and I suggest holding it at the tip of the barrel of the brush, it just blends so much easier. So I'm just going to go in for a little bit more, and again just deepen up that outer portion here. And we are going to go in with another shadow and deepen that up further, but this is going to give you that nice gradient effect. And you also want to bring it up. It's going to help to shapen that cat eye, because we are going to go in with some cat eye liner. Would it be a sexy Valentine's Day look without the liner? So okay, so now that that's blended out, we're going to go in with a smaller crease brush. I'm going to use this one. This one is also by Coastal Scents. And I am switching gears. We're going to go over to the Anastasia Self-Made palette. This was gifted to me by my lovely friend Andrea from Naturally Ann. Love you, girly. So sweet. She gave that to me for Christmas. So for this, we're going to grab this beautiful shade here, Metallic Plum. We're going to grab some of that just on the tip of our brush here. And you're going to tap that off, because what we're going to do is we're going to gradually build up that outer corner. So I'm going to go right here and just apply that color there. Deepen up that cat eye. And we are going to be bringing this onto the lid, but I'm going to show you that in the next, well, actually in a couple steps. So you're just going to pop that there. And then you're going to grab that same blending brush that we were just using, and you're just going to lightly blend that out. And with these cat eye looks, guys, especially these more dramatic looks, you want to do your shadow with your eyes open, because you want to make sure that that color is going to peek through. If at any point I block you with the mirror, I do apologize, but regardless of the fact that I'm wearing contacts, I am still blind. So, forgive me. Okay, so you're going to blend that out. And you're just going to repeat those steps until you have the desired depth on the outside. So I'm going to add a little bit more before we move on. So you're just going to do the same thing. Pop the color where you want it the darkest. And then you're going to grab our blending brush and just fade it in. It's going to give you that gradient effect from the outer corner in. So blend your little lights away. And don't worry about getting messy over here, because we can always go in and clean that up later. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the lid. And for the lid, haha, I'm excited. We are going to first grab a color tattoo. This one is in the shade Inked in Pink, number 55. So here's Inked in Pink right there. And I find that these work best with your finger. So I'm just going to go in with my trusty ring finger, because it's not too big. And we're going to pat it at the lash line and cover the whole entire lid. You don't want to go past the crease. So make sure that where your eye folds, you don't go past that, because you don't want to have a bunch of funky glitter buildup in your crease. So you're going to bring it up to the crease and stop. And to make sure, if you have, you know, if it's hard for you, just go ahead and grab, if I can find mine. It's going to be like the thing in this video. I'm going to have difficulty finding my brush. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a flat synthetic brush, and you can just pick up that color and just make sure that you're getting up to the crease and not surpassing it. And it's easier to apply this on the inner corner as well with a small brush, because I don't have a fingertip small enough to get there. So you just want to make sure that you have your base laid nice, and just go over with a finger to smooth it. So now that that is laid or lain, I don't know which word to use in that scenario. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go back into the Anastasia Self-Made palette, and we are going to grab this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous color with a, what did I use here? This is my Royal and Lang Nickel. This is the medium eye shader brush. It looks like that. It's a medium flat shader brush. And we're going to grab this gorgeous color here called Blossom. It is just beautiful, beautiful. Such a pretty shade of pink. I'm like in love with this color. So you're going to pack it on your brush and tap off that excess. And then you're going to place this all over the lid. Tapping motions. And this is the first color that we're going to use on our lids, because we are going to be packing and building, girls. Packing and building. All the way up to the crease. Okay, so once you have that placed nicely, you're gonna just wipe off your brush. I'm wiping mine off on a towel that I have in my lap, not my pants. So, okay, next thing we're gonna do is we are gonna switch gears and we're gonna grab a smaller brush. This is just from Wet n Wild. This came in, my God, I don't know which palette this came in. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. But we are going to go ahead and grab this metallic plum right here. Really, really pretty shade that we used on the outer corner. We're going to bring that down onto the outer part of our lid here, say, just to deepen and make it nice and smoldery. We're just going to bring it in. And this you bring up into the crease because it's coming from the upper crease down to the lid. Do you see what I'm saying? In a V shape. So it's okay to go into the crease with this one. So now that you have the first layer of that down, you just flip it over. You're going to grab a smaller fluffy brush and you just want to blend that. Make sure it's nice and even on the lid, and then you just sweep it into the crease just to, you know, blend it into the upper crease color. And you're going to do that again, just to build up the desired intensity. Add a little bit more. And blend. Like that. Okay, so this is what you want your eye to look like, more or less. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we are going to go into, what did I do next? We're going to go into our star of the show, same palette, the Self-Made palette. We're going to grab, I'm going to grab my Royal and Lang nickel brush again, and we're going to go into none other than this gorgeous pink champagne over here. You really want to wiggle it into this shade because it is glittery. So you want to wiggle it in, pack your brush, and then I like to intensify this, of course, because it's Valentine's Day and we're going for something glittery. So take your MAC Fix Plus and just give it a spritz or two, wave it around in the air like you just don't care. And then you're going to pat this from right in the middle where those two colors joined and just bring it in. And you're not going all the way to the outer corner of the eye, guys. You're just going right here in the middle and bringing it in. And again, pack it until you get the desired intensity. I just find that, like I said, spraying this with Fix Plus gives it like that wow factor, that bam in your face glitter, which is just so Valentine's Day appropriate. Okay, so next what you're going to do is, if you need to touch up that outer color, that purple, go ahead just to, like I said, you want it to have a smooth gradient, smooth transition into each color. So play around, you know, whatever, depending on your skin tone or eye shape, just go ahead and fix it up as far as where you want, you know, the outer V to come in. And just make sure that everything is nicely blended. Okay, so now that that's done, we're gonna do liner. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my MUA Professional. This is the MUA Academy, Makeup Academy. This is the dual-ended cat eyeliner pencil. One side is a liquid felt tip and the other side is a smoldering pencil. I love this end. It's very creamy. I like the other end as well, but so we're going to go in with the smoldering pencil side and just tight line the upper lash line. Crazy faces are free. I give those to you free. Really make sure you coat that upper waterline. Okay, now that I halfway poked out an eyeball, we're going to do cat wing on the upper lash line. So for this, I used a concoction. Just grab your favorite no fail liquid liner, felt tip liner, whatever you got, whatever you feel most comfortable with, because we do not want to mess up the wing on Valentine's Day. So I'm taking my Physicians Formula Eye Booster pen. This is my dupe for the Kat Von D Trooper, which is my ride or die, but I love this just the same. So I'm just gonna pop it in there a couple times just to get the product on the tip, and then we're gonna go in line. So you want to do thin on the inside, and then we're gonna do a dramatic wing. So I'm gonna be quiet for a minute, guys. Okay, now this liner sadly isn't as black as I want it to be. So now that I have the outline of my wing, I'm going to go in with my NYC liquid liner. This is by far the blackest liner ever. I mean, I don't really care for the applicator, but this formula is by far like the best. I have not come across any other liner, liquid or otherwise, that compares. So I'm just going to go over it. Okay, so now that our wing is done, we can go ahead and clean up the brow bone. So I'm going to take my flat synthetic brush, and I'm going to go back in with my NYX concealer. This is like my go-to for my brows lately, just for cleaning it up. I also like the CoverGirl Quick Fix stick. It's like a concealer stick. Love that as well, but you can use any kind of concealer that you like. So we're just going to go in and we're going to clean up the brows. Jaden was yelling at me. Plus you could hear a Family Guy in the background. Okay, so we're just cleaning up the brows. And just blend that out with your finger. Like so. And then we have to set that as well. So I'm just going to grab a small flat brush, and we're going to go back into the Lorac Pro. And we're going to grab the shade Cream. Right here, the second one in. It's just a cream tone. So grab something that is a shade or two lighter than your face, your foundation, just so you have a nice highlight under that brow. And I'm going in with a matte right now, which is this cream, but I am going to go in with a shimmery shade on top of it. I only do that for more dramatic looks. For more like everyday neutral looks, I will only use a matte, but we going all out. Okay, so that's that. And from that same palette, we're going to grab Nude. And same brush. This color is very, very, very buttery, so I have to tap it off because there's a lot of fallout. So we're going to tap that off, and then we're going to go over your brow bone. But we're only going to place this at the highest point and bring it out. See the nice shimmer that adds? I love this shade when doing looks like this. It's just beautiful. It's not overpowering. It adds like the right amount of shimmer. So then you can just take a clean blending brush and you're just going to blend that into your crease colors. And that's it for the eyes so far. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and we'll be back to do the lower lash line and the finishing touches. Okay, so face is done and we're ready to do the lower lash line. So I'm going to zoom you guys in so you can see. These are the eyes. Let's get started. So we're going to go into our Lorac Pro palette again, and we're going to grab that shade Mauve. And of course I put all my brushes away. Oh my goodness. Okay, so focus on me. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are going to grab Mauve, that shade here, and we're just going to grab a small flat angled brush. And let me get, are we centered? Okay, so let's move over a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do the lower lash line with Mauve. We're going to dust that off, and we're just going to dust this from here in. Oh, I forgot something. Hold on, guys. Let's just finish this up. Okay, so Mauve on the other side, same thing here, and drag it in under the eyes, and you're gonna match it with the outer wing there. What I forgot to do is we're gonna go in with the black liner. We are going to put it on the tight line. Yes? Yeah, why not? Let's just smoke it out. So we're going to do black on our tight line. Should have done that first, but. And only bring it in to about the middle of the eye. My eyes is watering. And we're also going to bring it on the outer part of the lower lash line. So just bring it down a little bit. Whoo, these eyes are bugging. It's okay though, because we're going to smudge it out. So now that we have the pencil plate smudger brush, I'm just going to grab this one by e.l.f. And you're just going to smudge it. On the outer part there. And we're going to go in and we are going to grab, what are we going to grab? We're going to go back into our Anastasia Self-Made palette and just grab, let's do it. Let's grab a little bit of metallic plum here that we use to deepen up the outer V. On your shader brush on the tip, and then just tap it off, and then you're going to go in and you're going to place that on the outer part of the eye, and you're going to build it up. And we're just going to leave it on that outer corner there and do the same thing on the other side. Like that. Now we're going to grab that same brush that we used the first one, the fluffier one, and we're going to go into the Lorac Pro and grab Mauve again. Mauve is, you know, the mauve color right there that we used. Grab a little bit on that, tap it off, and then just soften that metallic purple. And drag it in again to the middle of the eye. I don't like to, you know, drag that darkness all the way to the inner part because I want to still have light on the inside, and we're actually going to go in with a highlight. So we want to just darken up the outer V. Just to add to the sexy catness that we got going on out there. And then we're going to take, I'm just going to use that same smudger brush, and we're going to go into, what do I want to use? We're going to use, actually, I'm lying, guys. You know what? No, I'm not lying. Stay with the smudger brush, and we're going to grab, let's grab a little bit of champagne from the Lorac Pro. And we're going to place that along the lower, I'll show you. We're going to place that right here. So we're going to do it on the inner part and bring it to meet that mauve color. Like that, and that's just going to be the first color that we're going to put there. Now we're going to switch gears and grab a smaller pencil brush, like a fluffy pencil brush. This one's by e.l.f. I love this one. And we're going to go back into, what do we want here? I really want to add some brightness. So let's first take, do we want Treasure? Let me see here. Let's take a little bit of Treasure, which is this bottom shimmery shade. And let's pop that into the inner corner and see how we do. Ready? Just gonna pop that along the inner corner. I tend to look down, so. So all along that inner corner there. And bring it back up. Now we're going to go in with, this is by Salty Cosmetics. It's just one of their loose pigments. This is in the shade Glamazoid number 150, and it's a really pretty pearlescent kind of pink. It looks white. Actually in the cap it looks a little bit more true to color. It's kind of got like this duochrome reflective pink lavender going on here. And it's very bright. So we're just going to swirl that around, you know, swirl your brush in the cap. You could pick up enough product. Spritz it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop that on the inner corner as well. So here we go. I have a fuzz. Let's grab a little bit more. I'm going to wet my brush first, and then I'm just going to go into the cap and grab some there. Because that cap thing wasn't working. I mean the actual pot here. Okay, so grab some of that and there we go. And just blend it out with another brush as I drop every single brush that I own. Okay, and the last thing to do is our lower lashes. I'm going to use my Rimmel Lash Accelerator. This is like my absolute favorite for the lower lash line just because it allows me to like get in there without really screwing up and getting smudgies everywhere. So another trick that I learned, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you on camera, is to look up. Because if you look up, it's going to fully expose those lower lashes. So if you have a difficult time like I do getting the lower lash line, guys, try putting your mirror up. Let me zoom you out. Try putting your mirror up and looking up. So if I look crazy doing this, don't make fun of me. Here we go. Ready? Woo! Number 1, done. And of course I still got a little smudgy face. Hello. Okay, so let me grab a Q-tip. That was powder in my nose. Oh my goodness. Let me grab a Q-tip and let me clean that little smudge up. Okay, so there we have the final eyes. Okay, let's go on with lips. And of course, I didn't really decide on a lip color here. You could go with a nude. You can go with any kind of pink. I want to do something a little bit neutrally. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start off with this Tickle Me Pink in Starlux. Now, this is a very bright pink. It's not going to be our final product, so bear with me. So we're just going to go ahead and line the lips. And fill it in a little bit. You see how bright we are? We're gonna fix that. We're gonna go in with, if I can get to it, we're going to grab Ghoulish by LA Splash Cosmetics. This is like a new baby to me. And we're gonna go over this. So it's gonna mute out that pink. And it's not going to be as bright. And that's it. Let me zoom you out a little bit. This is the final look. Show you the eyes. And that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Please go ahead and give it a thumbs up if you did. I hope you guys enjoy your Valentine's Day with that someone special. I will probably be home drinking wine by myself because I am my own bae. So thank you again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up. All of my social media links will be down in the description box. So go ahead and follow me. And I love you guys so much. Thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'll see you next time. Bye.